in Colorado, the manhunt for a suspect in the stabbing of a park ranger is now in its third day. The mysterious attack taking place at a state park outside of Denver. The ranger recovering from stab wounds to the torso and the suspect simply taking off after that violent confrontation on Tuesday. This triggered a massive search by police, as well as a lockdown of the park for several hours. Investigators say they have reason to believe it was a targeted attack, but have offered no specifics regarding that theory. The sheriff in Jefferson County, Colorado, asking the public to be on the lookout in a post on X saying the suspect is in his early 30s with brown hair. If you see something, please call 911. Consider this person dangerous. Now, while the motive remains unclear, the main goal right now is, of course, to find him. With us now to talk more about that, former FBI Special Agent and Navy SEAL Jonathan Gilliam. Jonathan, wonderful to have you. Thank you for being here.
Good to be with you, Kelly.
You know, we know this is rough terrain. Intense searches, including drones, have so far turned up really nothing. Can you talk a little bit more about the unique challenges authorities are up against? And we know time is of the essence here.
Well, I think this is something we're seeing played out again and again with the stabbing that happened in Arkansas, where 2 people were killed, actually. That just happened about a month ago. We had another group of firefighters actually come under fire in Colorado, I believe it was, not that long ago. So we're having, these different issues now in these state parks, and a lot of the times they're very rural areas. So it's not like there's a massive concentration of law enforcement. In this case, there was a radio call for help. And then there was a long period of radio silence, which makes everyone very nervous. They were able to reestablish contact and then get people out there and find the park ranger who went through surgery and is in serious condition. But the issue that I'm having here with this response is also the same thing I'm seeing over and over again, which is law enforcement is very vague in their press conferences, where they're saying that they're going to lift the lockdown, that everything is safe. However, we believe this is a targeted attack and the individual still on the loose. And they give a description, a vague description of the individual. I find that to be very troubling, because still law enforcement has not figured out how to use the public as a force multiplier in this case. And we're way beyond that now, I think, in the world of social media that we live in.
Right. And I wanted to drill down on one aspect that you mentioned there. Authorities saying they have reason to believe this was, in fact, a targeted attack that caught the attention of our teams. What sort of information would support that theory? How does that then factor in to this search?
Well, there's a few issues that we see when that verbiage is used, that potentially that ranger had a confrontation with an individual earlier, and that fit this description. So that could be a possibility, because they always call in their contact when they're having it, just like a normal police officer. So that could be one thing where they do have a description and they know the individual. The individual could be known to the park. But this could also be a domestic issue where this park ranger was having an issue with a spouse or a relative. It could be another park ranger. Those things may or may not be released immediately. And that's why I think it's very important for them to utilize the public. If they know the person was targeting this ranger, then they probably know more about this individual and their movements than they're telling us. Just because somebody came up and got into an altercation and stabbed that ranger doesn't mean it was necessarily targeted. That could have been random. So my guess is that they know a little bit more that they're not sharing, and I don't know why that would be.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.